Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Alison, Chief Executive of Transpower. Let me add my thanks to you for all for joining us. This is my first public meeting with Transpower, and I'm very pleased to be here. I joined the company in February this year, and I'm delighted to be part of a company that makes such a significant contribution to the well-being of all New Zealanders. What I've found at Transpower, which I think is unique, is the diverse and wide-reaching stakeholder base that the organisation touches on a daily basis. Many of you here today. I've met a lot of you already and looking forward to meeting those of you I haven't yet over the coming months. Before moving on to discuss the operating performance over the last year, I'd like to quickly introduce my leadership team who helped me steer the company in the right direction and who I'm going to steer the difficult questions to that you're going to ask me later. So I can ask them all to stand and I'll give a quick introduction. You've met Howard Karamoa. Howard's our CFO. He's leaving us at the end of the month, and Alex Ball will be taking over as CFO from the 1st of October. David Knight, the Company Secretary and General Counsel. Jennifer Kerr, General Management People, Customer and the Environment. Kevin Small, General Manager of Grid Projects. Jim Tocker, who's Acting General Manager of Grid Performance, and his day job is the General Manager of Information Systems Technology. Corvus Nell, standing next to him, who's acting in the General Manager of Information Systems and Technology, and Roy Noble, who is... So I've got John Clark. I'm losing the perspective here. John Clark, who is our General Manager of Systems Operations, and Roy Noble, who is acting as the General Manager of Grid Development. And we've appointed Stephen Jay as the General Manager of Grid Development. He starts on the 1st of October. So thank you, team. Reliability is one of the most important measures of our performance, since it demonstrates how often we turn your lights off. Transpower outages cause about 1/10 of the time your lights are out, the balance being the local distribution network faults. However, unlike distribution faults, we're very realistic. Our outages are usually on a major, widespread scale, and that greatly magnifies their impact, and they usually end up on the 6 o'clock news. Our goal last year was to have less than 15 outages over 0.05 system minutes, of which no more than 3 would be over 1 system minute. For those of you not in the know, a system minute is like turning Hamilton off for about 40 minutes on a winter evening. I won't make a Hamilton joke, I'll have Jennifer riot. So our goal last year was to have less than 15, as I say. Disappointingly, we didn't meet one of those targets last year. We had 17 outages over 0.05 system minutes, slightly ahead of that 15 target. And we also had 2 outages that were significant impact over the 1 system minute, which is less than our target of 3, but they were both very noticeable and very disruptive. The 2 big events included a large-scale AWFLs event. One of the things I've certainly found in this role is a number of acronyms. So that's an automatic under-frequency load shedding event. It's a bit like Howard's EBIT DEF. During testing on the HVDC Pole 3 project, which caused a widespread outage to about 180,000 customers throughout the North Island for up to 105 minutes. The cause of this outage was identified within 48 hours, and actions immediately put in place to avoid a repeat through the remainder of the testing program for the project. And the second event was largely a result of Mother Nature and occurred when lightning strikes took out 2 of the transmission lines supplying the Hawke's Bay. This event lost supply to about 80,000 customers. The availability of our AC network was above target. Our target was 98.8%, we hit 98.9%. But availability of the HVDC Pole 2 link was below our target of 86.9% due to the additional outages associated with the commissioning of the Pole 3 project. We'll be working hard to make sure the disruption to customers in the years ahead is minimised. I want to talk about safety. Safety is our number 1 priority. We work in an industry where mistakes can cause serious injury or harm, and therefore we need to be vigilant about how we undertake our work every day, 24/7, no exceptions. We had 30 medical treatment and lost time injuries last year against a target of no more than 30 injuries. The type of injuries ranged from minor cuts and bruises to more significant events such as broken ankles resulting from falls. While the number and severity of injuries is an improvement on last year, we continue to focus our efforts on reducing this number. Aside from the numbers, we are making headway on our safety journey. The board re-engaged an overseas safety and health field assessor to review the improvements made in safety since his initial assessment in March 2013. The report was largely positive, with the assessor reporting a significant improvement in field activities and, importantly, with our service providers. However, I am here today saying that our numbers were not zero against a target of 30, and that's where we want to be, zero harm. As I say, we are working closely with our service providers who undertake the majority of the work in the field to help identify and drive further improvements that will make our entire workforce safer.